Hey guys, Blue Bridge here, and today I'm going to be talking Enzo Maresca. Does this guy have the right mentality to manage Chelsea? So let's get into it. So yeah, I'm talking about Enzo Maresca today because he had his press conference earlier because we're playing Brighton tomorrow, and he was questioned by one of the journalists who asked him, "Are you under pressure for top four? Do you think, bearing in mind that you've been in the top four for a lot this season, are you under pressure for finishing top four?" His response was alarming, and it didn't go down well with the Chelsea fan base because his response was, the aim wasn't to finish in the top four this season. The aim is to be finishing in the top four next season. What? We are Chelsea. We're used to not even finishing top four. No, we shouldn't be finishing in the top four. The aim shouldn't even be finishing in the top four. The aim should be challenging for titles. That's what Chelsea do. But is this response, very defeated response, and even more alarming for me personally when he said, it's an improvement on last season because we've been in the top four for most of this season, and last season we weren't. Spoiler alert, everyone. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. So somebody could say, someone who finishes, 18th? But we spent the first three games of the season in third position. So we did all right. No, you didn't, because you finished 18th. If Chelsea finished 7th or 8th this season, it's not an improvement on last season. It's going backwards because last season, we didn't have a good start, but we improved. Improvement is improving from where you are before. So Pochettino improved the team because we had a horrific start, but a great finish. And in the end, I think we finished 4 points off top four. And even if you look at it, the game Villa finished Champions League, arguably we should have, would we have finished a point behind them? Maybe if we had won that game against them at Villa Park, but that could have given us momentum and dropped off. So we could have arguably finished fourth had that result gone for us, because I was watching the Liverpool game yesterday, and the goal which was allowed for Everton by VAR was exactly the same scenario as the one that we got disallowed in the last minute against Aston Villa. So that makes sense. Doesn't. So yeah, we could have arguably definitely finished fifth or maybe fourth last season had we had a bit of luck. So to say that it's an improvement because we spent most of the season in top four is a nonsense to me. If we finish fourth, yes, or third, that's an improvement. If we don't, or anything lower than sixth, is not an improvement. And we got no guarantees now that we are going to finish in the top six, because if you look, Aston Villa are coming up as well. We've got Manchester City, Nottingham Forest, Bournemouth. They look quite good at the minute, form team at the moment. And so if the results keep going the way they are, then we may finish 7th or 8th. So no, it's not an improvement. And that's a defeatist mentality for me. And can you imagine someone like Jose Mourinho saying that, or somebody like Antonio Conte? No, they wouldn't be saying things like that. So mentality is the thing, and it rubs off on the players as well. When you're giving them an out, we don't have to play that well because we're not really expected to finish top four anyway. And does he really believe that? Because Paul Stewart, when questioned, Lawrence Stewart is his name, I can't remember what his name is, that's so irrelevant. Is it Paul Winstanley, Lawrence Stewart? Anyway, they were saying, or Lawrence Stewart was saying, top four was a priority. So there's mixed messages. So hold on, if he's saying that a club like Chelsea should be in the top four, and then they're telling the manager they don't have to finish in the top four, who's lying? Somebody's lying. And you can see with Maresca though that he's being influenced by the guys above. They want the yes man. A lot of people were labelling Pochettino as being a yes man, but he was far from a yes man, and that's why he left the club, because he was always butting heads with them. And in his press conference, he made it known that he wasn't happy with some of the situations. But when you hear the press conferences from Enzo Maresca, he's towing the party line. There's so many things that he said that doesn't make sense. For instance, Chalobah doesn't fit into my plans, but then Chalobah comes back. Oh yeah, he's good, and we'll utilise him. We need him to play, and. People like Nkuku, he's not really a 9. Obviously, we know why he's playing a 9, so I'll let him off on that one. I'm not going to have a go at him at that one. Chukwuemeka, I'm sure that he would have liked to have played Chukwuemeka. Don't tell me he wouldn't have liked to play Chukwuemeka this season in the league when we were crying out for legs in midfield. But again, he's somebody who the club wanted to flip for a profit. So he plays that party line of, he's not in my plans. He's not, why? How's he not in his plans? So when he can fit that 8 role perfectly as well, and he can have given us, as I said, extra when during the Christmas period, especially when we were crying out for midfield legs, he would have been ideal for that. But again, obviously he's been told not to play him. And there's other situations that we can think of where he's just been told what to say. And the thing is, because he's new into this role, obviously this is his first major job. Leicester, I can't really call them a big team. He's just happy to be here, so he's happy to play their puppet. They are the puppet masters. He's happy to be the puppet in this situation. Is he a bad coach? I don't think he's a bad coach. Some of our fan base are saying he's a bad coach. I think, we saw some signs earlier on in the season where, he's got the makings of a decent coach when it comes to coaching. He's been flexible. Some people said he hasn't. I think he has been he's been flexible. But where he falls down is in that mentality aspect. And Jose, when you saw mentality monsters like Jose, Thomas Tuchel, and Antonio Conte, we've had even Ancelotti. We've had those people, but this guy, personality, character, aura is part of what makes a good manager. It's not only about how tactically aware you are. It's also about how you portray yourself in a press conference and how you portray yourself to the players and everything else. So, I could be wrong, but I just don't think he's got that necessary aura at Chelsea. Now, I'm not calling for him to be sacked, mind you, before everyone starts saying it, because I don't do that agenda unless they fall off a cliff. He's not quite fallen off a cliff yet, but there's still work to be done when it comes to the way that his team are performing. And okay, he's been unlucky at times as well this season because things could have been different. I know we've kind of had a bad run over Christmas, and another reason I'm giving him a little bit of slack is because we were very unlucky with some decisions. I've bereft the referees where we should have got penalties against Crystal Palace, penalty against who's the other guy at the team? We had a clear-cut penalty not given. I can't remember who it was now, and we had that situation against Ipswich, that non-penalty. So we've had a little bit of bad luck when it comes to decisions going against us. Had a bit of fortune against West Ham, I think, but apart from that, we've not really had the rub of the green. So I'm going to give him a little bit of slack where that goes. But in the main, I want my manager to be coming out and saying the right things and not giving the players a way out, and injuries as well. That's the other thing I'm going to say. He's had problems with issues with injuries, but then again, so did Poch, so did Potter. So they've all had their issues with injuries, and it's up to him now to find a solution. Now that we've got no striker, we can't be playing the same way. It doesn't work in Nkuku as a false 9, so it'd be interesting to see what he comes up with against Brighton tomorrow, because he needs to develop a different way of playing. Maybe Palmer as a false 9 or something else. But yeah, this would definitely test his managerial mettle, and as because of his inexperience now, it's difficult. So he's been let down as well by the board. Had we got in another striker like we all asked for and a midfielder, then maybe again he could be doing better, and that's another reason, as I said, why he gets a little bit of slack. But I think our current woes, yeah, we're in fourth at the moment, but it can all go downhill. And but I attribute it, if I said probably 80% I attribute on the club directors and maybe just 20% on the manager as it goes at the moment. But as I said, he's got some flaws that he needs to iron out in his career. But as I said, he's only young, so we'll see. So, what do you think about Maresca, guys? Are you happy with him in charge, or do you think he's out of his depth? Do you think this job's too big for him? Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on post notification. Let me know notified every time I make a new video. So take care. Bye bye.